This video, we're going to look at the interesting tale of Black Bolt and White Player. I'm going to be going over in this video kind of my thoughts on where the market's at, whether or not it's any manipulation or whether that's actual hype in the market of a certain area. Also, I'm going to talk about, will I be investing into this set? We're going over everything in this video, and maybe we'll talk about the difference between this set and a set of heroes. So if y'all are new, make sure y'all subscribe, drop a like on the video if y'all are enjoying content like this. I do want to post more on this channel, but it can be a little tricky sometimes. So let me know in the comments what sets you're going to be investing in. But start off with Black Bolt. Now, Black Bolt's a pretty interesting set. So at the moment, it's at $13 a pack. And for a set that just came out, maybe a year ago at most, this is kind of crazy to see, right? It was at about $9 to $10 3 months ago. It's about $13 now. Now, when I see it, I don't personally just buy loose packs. And if you're someone that wants to open up packs, this is probably the cheapest you'll see sets. I've noticed when it comes to Pokemon, a lot of sets are very unlikely to just plummet. There might be a surge of going slightly down, but it's unlikely that it's going to stay that way. So a couple things I want to look at. First off is the binder collection. The binder collection is starting to rapidly increase. It's up 23% at the moment. So it went from $50 to $69. Now, I talk about this all the time. Special collection boxes always do fantastic. I don't understand why. And binder collections are actually the best example. And we'll show you how they're the best example by going on TCG Play. And we're going to go and look at specifically binder collections. I want to show you the prices of them. So, give you an example, right? We have this, the Mew one. Now, per pack is about $120, right? For all 4 packs. The binder is what, $80 somehow? It's the fact of it being a binder collection, a special collection box. Special collection boxes just gain a lot of value. Now, they're a bit more difficult to sell later down the line, 100%. Like, these don't sell that often. It's been a week since this is sold, but yes, they do have a lot more value than normal. And we'll give you a second example because there's not that many binder collection boxes out there, but look at Prismatic. Prismatic for 5 packs, it's not even like $15 a pack. So that's $70, $30 for a binder. $100 for this is pretty good, if you bought it at a pretty good price. I'll actually look at Prismatic to make sure I'm saying that price the pack correctly. Oh my gosh, what? Yeah, it's a little suspicious. That's very suspicious, I'm not gonna lie. Very suspicious. Maybe we'll talk about that set as well. That's honestly gonna be generational. Like, generational in like 3 years. Genuinely. This, by the way, dude, this is gonna do good. If you don't pick up this box ASAP, I don't know what to tell you. That is a good box. All right, let's actually stick to this video though for Black Bolt. So binder collection boxes are pretty good. And now, when it comes to the level of max potential, I'd put this at A tier because per pack price, this sealed aspect itself is going to be way more expensive than the amount of packs that are inside. So I highly recommend though that you consider picking it up, especially at its price point now. I'd pick it up before it's $100, right? And then we have the booster bundles, which from how the market is right now, if any bundle is below $80, I would consider that a pretty good price for, and specifically for, sets that have a lot of big banger hits. And we'll show you in this video on the card list of this set because it's quite crazy. Now, a beautiful set, 100%. Not only am I a fan of it, but it's just genuinely a very popular set. Now, look at this as well. The ETB is about $155. It has gone up a lot in 3 months. It's gone up 47%. If anything were to have max potential in any product that we're looking at in this video, it is going to be the Elite Trainer box, without a doubt. And the reason that is because Elite Trainer boxes are one of the best ways to get the most quantity of packs. So with that, that's going to be a lot of people ripping these packs. And eventually, obviously, the amount of product is going to dry up. And then that's where it gets more expensive, right? And with there being a lot more breakers out there and stuff like that, for you personally, you're probably not going to be a breaker. You're probably going to either sell the seal collection down the line or going to want to open it when it's a lot more expensive. One of the two things, right? And for me personally, I plan on holding on to some of my stuff, selling some big stuff, but I want to have this YouTube channel to where I can open those really expensive things and make it really hype. So with this box in specific, since this is one of the best ways to get the most quantity of packs, this will have the max potential of how much money you could make. This would be the most expensive product I would gander, because there's not really other products with this Black Bolt and White Flare set. Now, I know the Japanese set is interesting that it's almost the same price as an ETB. I would 100% recommend. I wouldn't even talk about Japanese at the moment when it comes to a set like this. If like I know Japanese is good. Like if you buy the Ascended Hero Japanese, it was a Dream League, I think. That's a great set. If you buy like Terrestrial Festival, that's a great set. And the reason that is from what I've heard from a birdie around the corner, where a lot of rich Chinese people and people in Singapore, they're starting to invest into this Japanese cards and Japanese products. So that's also why I've talked about why simplified Chinese will start getting value. It's kind of just a domino effect. Obviously, the American amount of product is going to go up, of course. But when there's other different languages and there's a lot of money flowing into it, Japanese is going to start to get expensive, which is a little unfortunate for some folks because I know the quality on Japanese cards are a bit better and people do enjoy that. But now there's going to be a lot more money in the market, so it's a good thing for investment wise. And well, then now simplified Chinese is going to be the cheapest way to get Pokemon cards. It's only about $40 a box, and that's what Japan used to be. Japan used to be 40, 50, $60 a box. Now they're the price of what English booster box used to be. And now English booster boxes are the price of basically double what they used to be. Crazy, huh? Little bit, little bit. But hey, bro, it's all good. Best match. We'll actually go to highest alone, see if we can find any other products. But the mini tins honestly are an interesting investment. They're expensive, 100%. I definitely think they're a very high key price point. But as you can see, look at the price. Look at the price, but also look at the dates of when they sold. Look, a product can go up hundreds and hundreds of dollars. But if you can't sell that product for that high price, it's very difficult to make money. It's really, really simple. So when you see a product that's really expensive, you really got to look at it from a good details. Is this actually worth it to buy? And, if it is worth it, then you also got to think, how much more worth it is it? You know what I mean? Am I going to be able to sell it later down the line? Now, Black Bolt's interesting because the Victini in this set is more expensive than the one in White Flare. Could not tell you why. I genuinely, that is one of the most unexplainable things in Pokemon card history that no one will ever know. Ever. The Victini in Black Bolt is more expensive than the one in White Flare. The only difference is the number on the bottom left. Genuinely don't understand, and I never will. Now, I know there's different people that look in my videos, some of them that have a lot of money and some of them that don't, right? I find it interesting, right? We have here, this is the exclusive. Now, me personally, I don't buy exclusive Pokemon Trainer Center. And that's simply because I believe that there's a lot more other things to invest in. I definitely think there's a lot more max potential in other things than this. Because this box can go up $50. But the flatline of a ETB can go up just significantly more. You know what I mean? Because look, let's say the Pokemon Center is a $300 ETB, right? Then let's say in a year time, because what usually happens, the Pokemon Center only goes up like $50 because there's not that many ETBs being sold. It's not being floated in the market. No one really knows about it. And personally, if people are buying ETB, they either put it on their shelf or want to open up. And a lot of times people will just get the ETB that looks, this. Like they look the exact same too. That's the craziest part. But what I'm saying is there's a lower low in the normal Elite Trainer box and a higher high that you'll get when buying the lower Elite Trainer box. Usually you pay a lot for this. Pokemon Center is only good when you first buy it, when it first comes out. Like, the only way you can make money from a Pokemon Center ETB is if you buy it from the Pokemon Center's website, a good ETB, and you held on to it for a long while. I would not recommend buying a Pokemon Center off the off market. You know what I mean? The resale market. I wouldn't recommend that. Now, let's actually look at some of the cards. Or actually, sorry, before we look at more of the cards. A lot of people have a lot of money watching these videos and genuinely do want to buy the best things. If I just said that one of the best ways to get the most amount of packs is an ETB, then I'd recommend buying cases. Now, it's actually interesting that the bundles here. So if I do the math, it's only it's only 60 packs out of the bundles, right? I highly recommend. Not only will you get more packs if you buy a case of Black Bolt, but also, actually, wait, hold on. Did I do that math right? That's 6 times. It's only 10 packs in a display. Oh, it's a display. Okay. So an ETB case. Okay, wait. We'll look at this one for example. This is 25. So 25 times 6. So technically, you get 150 packs from this. You get 150 packs from this bundle, and this is going for a smooth 2,000. Now, if you look at this ETB, this is 1,700. Now, with that, you get about 60 less packs. So, real quick, we'll actually do the math. Now, per pack about $13. So, 150 times $13. That is 1,900. That's exactly of what market would be. I will do the math of the ETBs real quick. So, 90 times 13, 1.1. So, if you are okay, if you want to open a buttload of packs, obviously the amount of money that you'll get for the bundles, you'll basically be paying what the packs are loosely. The only that you'll get packs legitimately from bundles, of course. But I reckon that the Elite Trainer box will 1,000,000% be a better investment because it's a lower low and more potential of space to grow. And I do think over time, the Elite Trainer box, just like how it always has been, will 100% be the thing that goes up further and longer and has more of a steadier graph than the bundles where it's kind of up and then flat lines for a while. Because that's usually what happens is a big flat line. I definitely think a case of the Elite Trainer boxes, if you have, or if you're someone watching this that has a lot of money and you want to look at Black Bolt, well, I would say a case of Elite Trainer boxes would be a good bet. And this is going to be a crazy shout, but this is one of the best collection boxes in a long while. It not only has a jumbo illustration rare, but also a Victini illustration rare that we got nowhere else. This has 2 packs of Black Bolt, 2 packs of White Flare. Honestly, I had one of these. I opened it. I'm glad I opened it because I pulled some good stuff. But I definitely want to start looking into this collection box because, as you can see, I love collection boxes. I love EB Trainer boxes, and perfectly enough, these are actually some of the best investments anyway. So I'm already doing the best thing possible, and it's to my enjoyment. So I kind of hit those 2 birds with 1 stone. Let's look at the Black Bolt when it comes to the set itself, right? We have the Zekrom card, which is about a $246 card. It is priced exactly where it needs to be. It's honestly cheaper than some of the cards I'd expect. But this is where the value is. The Victini, we have the Zekrom. This is kind of like a reprint-esque of the black and white era card. Like the set black and white, the base set of it. This had a kind of Zekrom card to it. So it's pretty cool to see that there as a reprint. Seismitoad went up like crazy. I never understood why this price was so high. But regardless, sometimes it's just stuff you don't understand. This is the first time Seismitoad has had a lot of value in a card. It's kind of cool. Kind of cool to see sometimes, man. Then we have Kirum. This is a amazingly cool one, 100%. It has gone up a lot, though. It's funny that Black Bolt and White Flare are actually like there were single cards that you actually could invest. Honestly, a lot of cards in the market you genuinely could make money off the single cards, and that's normally not the case. Normally, it's off a sealed product that you'll be able to do so. Like I have some single cards. Like I have an Articuno illustration that's kind of like $10, and that's not like we're in a weird spot of the market where almost anything you buy can go good. So let's look forward to the set. As you can see here, Haxorus is a expensive illustration rare. Insane. I actually have the Japanese of this card. Super cool. I remember I opened the Japanese one. This set wasn't as popular when it first came out because there's now more eyes into this. I feel like even more so than there was before. Now, this is actually interesting seeing... Okay, I'm going to ignore the fact I saw it double for $60. This is actually really interesting. As you can see, the graph going up in the last month. And this is just because a lot of people are starting to understand the set's starting to go up. So I do really strongly recommend that this is I would say, some of your best times. And over the next couple weeks, we'll also still just keep going over the market to kind of see where the market's going. But I definitely do think that the market's going to be going a lot higher for sure. But we're not financial advisors. We're just, looking at the market, seeing for what it is. All right, there's a lot of cards that I don't understand how they're so high. We have this card now. Oh my days. Look at that price jump. To be fair, this set has some of the best artworks. And let me say this. If you could pull illustration rares for $60 and it packs only 13, that says a lot. That says a lot of where the set's about to be. If this basic illustration $60 and people are willing to buy it numerously on numerous days and occasions, then it says a lot about how much value is in the set. I would start. I would go quickly. I would go quickly. This is insane. This is not even buyout graphs. This is genuinely like a strong set. Holy cow. So this card's about $50, and this is an unpopular Pokemon. We're looking at cards that have so much value in them now, and these cards are the Pokemon aren't even popular. Like, to see these Pokemon aren't even popular, it's also really cool to see as a collector side. Like, all these Pokemon are being shown a lot of love, but the set, man, strong. Strong, strong, strong. I mean, dude, are you serious? A $68 card? Wow. And we keep going. Superior. Not a popular Pokemon, in fact, but $68. I feel like that's kind of cheap for an illustration of this. But there's not like a popular Pokemon or a trainer or anything in here. So I can kind of see that, but this is a beautiful card. $59? Yeah, that's market. Wow. That is a beautiful card. I actually have the Lilligant in my illustration rare pile. Let's see if I can find it for y'all. So yeah, in back here, we have a bunch of different cool stuff. One thing in specific we have is a stack of illustration rares. Nice stack. I bought it at a card show a while back. Really beautiful card here. We'll show you it as well. Look at this. From Black Bolt. I pulled it myself. Really cool. Honestly, really cool card. I'll see if I have the Japanese Haxorus real quick. Alright, I don't see it. I'm not gonna lie, I don't see it. Maybe I gave it to my friend. Or maybe I have a feeling I still have it. I wouldn't remember giving it away. Oh, I have it. Okay. Look at this. Japanese Haxorus. It's really cool, honestly. And it probably still has value, because if the English has value, of course so does the Japanese. And Japanese grades better anyways, so that's why a lot of people will look at Japanese 100%. Wow. The Japanese Kyurem's even expensive. All right, there's also look some of the mythicals. Okay, personally, this is one of my favorite looking illustration rares of Genesect, other than the mythical collection box. Actually, no, I'm not gonna lie, Genesect is really cool ones. I'm not gonna lie. Plasma Blast looks great too. This is look the illustrator here. Kantaro. Hopefully I said that right. Did a beautiful job. I hope he gets raised. This is the best illustration look that a Genesect could possibly have. Like, I'm not the biggest fan of the Fusion Strike one. That one's awesome. The poster collection. How much packs does this come with? Oh, it comes with 4 packs. Really? That's kind of cheap for packs. To get both sets. Interesting. All right, we get the Meloetta here. $41. That's kind of surprising. Meloetta is not that popular of a card value-wise. This card, this is going to be generational. And the reason I say so is because of the illustration of it. This is one of the most unique cards of all time, with it being like a yarn effect. I believe there's been a couple like this, but it's just a super unique card, 1,000,000%. Like this speaks numbers. An Amoonguss hit $40. That's probably quintuple the amount of any Amoonguss card combined 10 times, bro. That's genuinely insane. And again, this is not buyout. Like, a buyout with a graph would be more like this. it's just gone up, dude. It's just gone up. Wow. You know, the three pack blisters, by the way, are an interesting thing. If you want packs, right? Obviously, bundles are the best way to go, right? I would not fully recommend buying the three pack blisters of this set because the illustrations aren't that great. They're not that strong. If there were stronger illustrations, I would say so. But it's not a terrible pickup. But like, if you're like, I want to get packs, you know, I don't have enough for an ETB, but I have, let's say, 80 to $100, right? You can go a couple routes. You can go the Victini collection box and a three pack blister, or you can do a booster bundle three pack blister. Because three pack blister are still good. I'd much rather you buy a three pack blister than I would you want to buy loose packs. Please don't buy loose packs. But three pack blister is like the second to last thing to buy. I'd rather you buy collection boxes and such than three pack blister. That's what I'm saying. Just for the set. Different sets are different things, but for this set. Wow. Look at this. How is this? I say only. I'm going to put in air quotes. $36. Dude. Oh my gosh. Oh my days. Oh my days. That's a $34 card? Oh my days. All right. So now this one looks a bit more sus. That looks a slightly that looks a bit more, but I mean it's 6 months. Yeah, it looks a bit sus. It happens in the same month, but all right. Co-battling, that's actually very interesting. Wow, look at the starter. Wow. Well, needless to say, there is so many good cards in the set. Wow. Like the fact that there's so many $30 cards you can pull on the normal from a $13 pack is nuts. That says a lot about how expensive the set is going to be. That is one of my favorite cards in the set. Just looking at that there. I'm a big fan of Muno personally, but that is suspicious. That is suspicious. Some cards grew stronger than others. Let me know in the comments below. Do you plan on picking up Black Bolt or White Flare? We'll talk about White Flare in a different video. I didn't realize how deep we really went into Black Bolt here. Black Bolt's a strong set. Strong set. Strong future. I'd buy now if you didn't buy already. Obviously, the max potential would have been buying months ago, but you can't anymore. And all you can do now is try to look at some of the best product, which is the ETB Booster Bundle. Actually, put it in order. ETB, Victini Collection Box, Booster Bundle, the Binder Collections, and then the three pack blisters. Where I'd put that at. I wouldn't buy the mini tins. Those are not worth it. They kind of damage like the packs over time. Like they make it look crumpled and stuff. Not the move. And I couldn't find you more than two people in a group of 1,000 that would like the Binder Collection boxes to pay. Or the mini tins. Those I wouldn't find that many people that would want those.